live stream. Let's see, wait for some people here. Doesn't seem like anybody is here yet. Give it another few minutes. I'm sure some people start coming in. Here we go. What's going on, JK? How's it going tonight? Just chilling like a villain tonight, taking it easy. What's going on? What's going on, Finn? What's going on, SGT? Just chilling tonight, taking it easy. Wait till a few more people start trickling in. Let's get a little cozy for my drink. Not a cozy coaster. SGT, what's going on? What's going on, JK? I guess I'll use this one. It's been a long week. It's only the middle of the week. Good to see you guys. Anybody been buying any PMs lately? Yeah, refill. I didn't fill it up yet. Let's see if we could. What's going on, guys? Just chilling. Gotta get this going here. Been a long week for me so far. Barber Halves. Did you say Barber Halves? Did you say Barber Halves? I bought $9 in Barber Halves on Monday. That's awesome. Barber Halves. They're getting pretty rare. It's good to start stacking these if you could find them. These are pretty slicked out though. Not in the best condition, but they weren't too much over spot, so I grabbed them. My guy in who I normally go to in the flea market on the weekends, he has a little stall now in the Diamond District, so he was there. He hooked me up with some things. I got let me show you guys. Actually, check this out. Some hieroglyphics. I think this is made by Monarch Precious Metals. So that's pretty cool. Little hieroglyphics. Got a couple of these bars. Yup, exactly, JK. You know it. You know it. Florida Stacker is selling them for spot right now. Sweet. That's a good deal. Waiting on some metal, some ancient silver, and a 1910 Indian half eagle. That is awesome. Love the $10 Indian. It's my favorite. Yeah, I got a little. Actually, did get a little cord bar from Monarch as well. Seems like most of the silver I was getting was about 35 an ounce. I don't know what you guys have been paying lately, but That seems to be the going rate right now. I got this Silvertown bar here. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's vintage, but just decided to grab it. Silvertown. Yeah, I know. Half Eagle is $5. I know. Eagle is 10. Double Eagle is 20. I'm just saying I prefer, you know, the Eagle is my favorite. Check it out. Monarch Precious Metals. Have a little poured bar. If you guys can see that, so great. Lighting sucks in here. I gotta get better lighting. I should use a little light. That's Anubis. Anubis. Which god is he? Anubis. Ra is the god of sun. I think the sun god. I don't know about Anubis. I forgot which god he is. Is he the god of the underworld? Half Eagle, Half Eagle. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with these PM prices, guys. I don't know. It's just getting out of hand lately. Kitco, let's see Kitco. Let's see what's going on with gold and silver right now. So we got, what is this ad? Yeah, wow. 2,942, guys. I'm looking at Kitco's price for a spot for gold. It's crazy. Yeah, God of the Afterlife. Cool. I thought it was something like that. I need to get a silver art bar book. Yeah, this is the original 1991 5th edition Mr. Kidd, J. Kidd, Archie Kidd, came out with this in 91. And 1993, he made an edition, it's like an add-on to this. West Texas. What's going on, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas? What's going on, Joe? Just chilling on a Wednesday night. I'm a bit burned out and tired, and I think I'm gonna have a little sippy sip. Anubis is half jackal and is in charge of embalming. I have the same piece. Very cool, very cool. Oh man. Ooh, that wasn't good. Poured a little bit. Gonna fill that up. This is how we do it. STG style, baby. Cheers. Here's to gold prices going up, guys. Making me richer and richer. That's some good rum. Bundaberg. Hey, Mrs. West Texas, what's going on? What's going on? Cheers. So anyone else buying anything interesting lately? SGT said he's been buying some Barber halves. I actually did buy some Barber halves myself. Not in the best condition, but pretty cool, pretty cool. Always good finding some silver near spot. Oh man, I'm so tired tonight. I don't know why I decided to do this. Check this toner out, guys. Look at this bad boy. Look at that thing. Woo! That thing is sexy. It's not even toned on the back, really, just a little bit. I got this when I bought the lot of 100 Engelhard bars. This was like the nicest one, I thought. They were all pretty much the same design. Hey, what's going on, Silver State Stacker? Good to see you in here. Aka, what's going on? 2025 wedge-tailed eagle. Sounds awesome. I got the OG one. I got the 2014 and the 2015. See, I got your coaster, Aka. Cheers, mate. I'm drinking some Bundaberg right now. Cheers. Mm. What's going on, Jerry? Good to see you, brother. All right. I brought some melatonin. I'm starting it tonight. I hope that really helps you with your sleep problem, Joseph. I've actually taken melatonin in the past, and it does help. Try taking it. I'd say maybe like a half hour before you're ready to go to bed, because it takes a little time to kick in. Yeah, that hopefully that'll help you. But yeah, the wedge tail eagle, beautiful coin designed by John Mercanti, the former chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. And I actually got his signature. Well, it's an auto pen. It's not his live, it's not live ink. It's just like a copy of his signature. But yeah, that sounds cool that the wedge-tailed eagle, the 2025 came out. I haven't seen the design yet, so I'd love to see that sometime. Yeah, I remember Mr. West Texas. You told me were you in Australia, or you hung out with some Australians before and you drank some Bundaberg? Yeah, I've been getting some of this stuff from Akadaka Stacker and Peter J. They're both in Australia. Underproofed rum. See if I can make that a little sharper. I don't know. My lighting is terrible, guys. It's just horrendous. So you have to forgive my poor lighting. See if that helped a little bit. I don't know. Probably not. Can see it on the Swan Bullion website. Facsimile signature. Yeah, exactly, JK. It's basically, yeah. So yeah, I got a few of those here. If anyone's interested, actually, um, I could do one or two. If anyone wants one, $40 USD. I'm giving you guys a little discount. It's already graded MS70, John Mercanti signature. So if anyone's interested, you guys can hit me up. I'm not trying to sell anything, but I mean, as long as I'm on here, we got this 2024 2-ounce Libertad. Beautiful coin, guys. Look at that. Look at that thing. That is a beauty. It's like a little hockey puck here. I'm asking $80 if anyone's interested. I got a couple of them. You can write to him personally. A lot of important people sign something for free through the mail, like index cards or a photo. Yeah, that's really cool. That's kind of like I think people used to do that back in the day. They used to write to their local politician, or they would write to a celebrity, and sometimes they'd handwrite a letter back. You never know. You'd be surprised at some of the letters people have gotten over the years. Sometimes it's their secretary. So yeah, it's cool. I didn't know, if you write John Mercanti, maybe he'll send you a signed photo or autograph or something. All right, Aka, take care. Best of luck with you. Keep blasting away, and hope to see your video. I didn't check your latest video. Take care. Do you have more gold than Fort Knox? Do I have more gold than Fort Knox? I might. I think Doge is going to be doing an audit soon, and I think we'll all know the answer to that question. Hopefully, in when they actually, I don't know if it's during the audit or just when they're moving bars around, they actually have special gold shoes, because if a bar actually drops on your foot, you don't want that to happen. So they actually have special metal shoes people wear when they move the gold bars around. So it's pretty cool. You could look on the internet for a picture of those shoes. There's no gold there. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they're gonna do an audit of Fort Knox soon, because I posted that video from Kitco where they interview this guy, and what he was saying was very interesting, about the whole stability of the U.S. dollar, and you know they're basically using the book value of what gold is. They're using, it's like on the books it's like $35 an ounce or something. They valued that in 1933 or something. They basically haven't changed the value of the gold in Fort Knox. So, yeah, they have to basically do an audit to see exactly how much gold they have, and I don't know. I'm hoping they do an audit. I'm hoping, but he's basically saying since I think November, the U.S. has been selling off gold for the past, I don't know how many years, but since November of last year, the U.S. has actually been a net importer of gold and not a net exporter of gold. So I think they're really trying to ramp up the gold holdings in the U.S. And I think maybe that has something to do with the audit coming up, but I don't know. That might be why the price of gold has been going up a lot. I really don't know what's going on. I'm just guessing right now. Um, hey, what's going on, Silver and Cigars? Good to see you. I think gold is hidden in an underground bunker. So basically, gold is hidden. It's basically stored. Um, so basically, Chase. I did a video a while back. Chase is largely responsible for fulfilling gold contracts, and they basically have a huge vault. Um, I'm not gonna say where because someone actually told me where the vault is. It's in New York somewhere. Okay, they do have their own gold vault, and they basically, there's this whole manipulation with precious metals. They got caught, and they basically got a slap on the wrist. They haven't really had too many charges against employees there, but basically you're having Chase, J.P. Morgan Chase, fulfill a lot of the contracts, these COMEX contracts. I forgot what it was like. What was it like? $48 billion in gold last month or two. I don't remember the exact figures, but people have actually been taking delivery of these contracts, these gold contracts, which is quite strange, really. So a lot of the gold has been coming to the U.S. from the U.K. because of the whole fear that there's going to be, some type of tariffs on precious metals. So currently there's a 6 to 8 week turnaround for delivery of gold, and that's if you have already had an account. If you haven't, then good luck. You're probably not going to see that stuff till next year. Um, but yeah, they've been able to fulfill silver contracts, but they haven't been able to fulfill gold contracts. So I don't know what's going on with gold. A lot of countries started repatriating their gold. I think in 2016, and I don't know. I don't know why the U.S. was having trouble, repatriating the gold. So yeah, so basically the gold is stored. I know J.P. Morgan has a vault, and then there's the Federal Reserve in New York. They also have a gold vault, and then there's Fort Knox. So those I think those are the only three sources that I know of personally where the gold is. I don't know how much gold is in Fort Knox. I do know that the Fed and Chase have a lot of gold right now. So I can't speak for Fort Knox. That's the only source where I suspect there's really not that much gold stored currently. What's going on? EPA administrator said they discovered $20 million hidden gold bars from past and where I'd like to see that. Where who discovered? I mean, where did they discover those hidden gold bars? Who was storing them? Where did they find them? $20 million of gold is really not a lot if you think about it. I mean, we're almost at $3,000 an ounce. So I mean, 100 ounces is 300,000. So I'm guessing it's somewhere in the neighborhood of around I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired, but it's not that much gold, honestly. What's going on, Spoke? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I uh, I got your set here. Check it out. Let me get this out of the way. I got your sunshine mining set here. Check this out, guys. So this is a Proof Sunshine mining set from 1983, guys. Beautiful 5-ounce Proof Sunshine mining silver round. And we have the accompanying 1 ounce, half-ounce, and quarter-ounce, I think. And there is the actual Sunshine mine. I believe they're based out of Kellogg, Idaho. Really nice. So yeah, thank you, Mrs. West Texas. I appreciate that. 1983, your birth year. Yeah, I'm a little slightly younger than you. Just a little bit. Yeah, I love sunshine mining. It has a really interesting history, actually. I think, was it Sunshine Mine? I think there's a video on YouTube about the Sunshine Mine. There was some type of accident there years ago. I think it was the Sunshine. I want to say it's the Sunshine Mine. Not 100% sure, but yeah. Stitched inside a jacket. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, Yeah, Sunshine Mining. I love their products. The last stream I mentioned SBS actually had a 1 pound Sunshine Mining round dated 1991. It actually came in a box and it had like a little wooden stand for it. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, there's probably not that many of those were made to begin with, and the number of survivors of something like that, I mean, it has to be extremely low. But yeah, I like sunshine mining. I love vintage, but I love my gold more. But yeah, I haven't really been. I have a couple gold coins I picked up before. I mean, a little bit after the price went up. I gotta show you guys, but definitely gonna make some videos in the next few days, hopefully. What was it? 1 pound. Yeah, it was a 1 pound silver round. You could reach out to SBS. Maybe he could show you a picture of it. Hey, what's going on, Georgie? Good to see you. How you doing? Where in the world are you? It was the Sunshine Mine. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was the Sunshine Mine. Yeah, they had they had some interesting history happen to them. um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was a 1 pound silver round. I couldn't believe it. It was 1 pound. You don't normally see a round that's a pound of silver. It's kind of rare. I did actually have a something. It was like a walking. It was like an American Silver Eagle, but I think it was actually a pound. It was like from 2005 or somewhere around there, and I think it was actually a pound of silver. Okay, cool, cool. Standby duties. Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, I got this book. This is the original Archie Kidd book. from 1991, and it basically has a ton of vintage bars here, guys. So if anybody wants me to look up a bar or something, feel free to let me know, and I could look up something for you. Oh, I hope this isn't breaking. I gotta be careful with this. I'm a little too and a little too tired here. So yeah, that's the book. I know they reprinted this book, and you could get this on MK Bars. You could get the 5th edition. I recommend, if you do happen to get this book, it's a smaller copy of the book. So get the 5th edition, guys. Don't get the 6th or the 7th edition, because it really doesn't have too many of the bars. This is like, it literally has hundreds of bars. So yeah, it's a good reference book for vintage bars. Yeah, it's vintage itself. It's from 1991. This is the OG one. This is the original 5th edition by Archie Kidd. So yeah, if anyone is interested, you guys can check out MK Bar's website. Get, like I said, I recommend the 5th edition because that has the most bars in it. And yeah, I miss watching your videos, bro. Sorry. Oh, send to Georgie. Yeah, he's coming out with some interesting videos about coins from Sarawak, and his collection of silver from AMC. So you guys can check out Send to Georgie. He does really amazing videos, really very insightful, very awesome editing, and he's a great community member. So if you haven't subbed or watched his channel, check him out. You will not be sorry. Yeah, so what's everyone doing these days? Anyone buying anything interesting? Anyone buying anything at all with these prices the way they are? Yeah, Mrs. and Mr. West Texas, I've met up with Georgie a few times in the past. So he's traveled. He's been here to New York, and we've exchanged gifts before. So he's an awesome guy. Really, really great guy. Um, my pleasure, Georgie. Yeah, I didn't see that short on egg prices, but yeah, I gotta check that out. Silver State Stacker, 90%. Yeah, I mean, I've been buying a little 90% myself. I got on Monday during the holiday, I was off, and my guy who I normally see on the weekends at the flea market's from April till December. He has a little stall in the Diamond District now, so he gave me these half dollars. I got them fairly reasonable, a little bit above spot, so not too bad. Not in the best condition, but these are actually quite rare, guys. If you go to PCGS's website and or use their app, and you look about the estimated number of survivals, you'll see there's only, most of these are only around 3,000 estimated survival, and a lot of these they made over a million of them. So I think they were produced from 1892 until 1914, the Barber coins, and for some reason, I guess because of the wear, it seems like they wore down fairly easily. I guess a lot of them didn't survive. Maybe during the, the great melt of in around 1920-ish, when yeah, exactly, probably Herman melted them all. Hey, what's going on, 210? Good to see you. Yeah, actually, when after World War One, the U.S. Melted down a lot of um, Morgans, and a lot of just silver coins in general. I think, what was it? Something like and 65 million Morgans or something they melted down. Some crazy number like that. It was definitely like at least 200, at least 250 million Morgans. I think they melted down. So just imagine all the CC Morgans and all the rare date Morgans that they melted down. So yeah, so it's a shame, you know. It's kind of sad, really, if you think about it. Like most of these had a mintage of between 1 million to 1,000,003 coins, and to only have maybe 3,000 of these left per coin per year per mint. It's kind of a little sad. So guys, I recommend if you ever see Barber, anything Barber, especially if it's in nice condition, to grab it, because there's really not that many of them out there, relatively speaking. I mean, what does the US Mint produce? 25, 30 million ASCs a year, and you know, they only made about a million and three of most of these, and only a few thousand, are surviving. I mean, it's relatively low, and that goes for a lot of older U.S. coins, like seated Liberty coins, um, three 3 cent pieces, 2 cent pieces. I don't know the mintages of some of them, but I mean they're fairly low, surprisingly low, and that's why I'm kind of surprised a lot of these are not worth more than they are. I'm gonna get me some Barbers. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's a great 90% coin to collect or stack for sure. They're not, some of them. I mean, they're not. It depends if it's a quarter or a half dollar or dime or nickel. It really depends. But condition is everything, as with any numismatics. So if you could get one in really good condition that's not cleaned, my advice is to spend the extra money, because you rarely see them in probably better than VF condition. I don't think I've ever seen it, a coin in person above a VF for a Barber anything. Um, I think my guy charged me. It was like around a buck over. It was like around $13 I paid per Barber half. But they're like, it's like a G. They're like in like G1 through G4 condition. They're not like super high quality condition. So I mean, it really depends on the condition. But just for something like in rough shape like that, I wouldn't spend more than like $15 a coin for a half. Oh, that's awesome, Georgie. They have that coin show in Singapore. I remember you. I think you mentioned it on one of your videos or something, or on your community page. I think you mentioned it. So that's cool. I hope you're able to get something really awesome. Best of luck with you on that. Hey, what's going on, transient? You're having some pan-sit noodles? Yeah, I like spicy noodles. That's awesome. Yeah, transient, you should fly over to Singapore. It's not that You're not that far away. You should meet up with Georgie. You could go to a coin show together. Got to get my drink on tonight. Korean ramen noodles. I went to a Korean place on Monday for food. It was awesome. I love Korean food. It's my favorite, actually. I love Korean food. What's up, y'all? Who is that? Oh, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, Mr. Trade Unit. Oh, come on. What is this shit, man? Come on, Nightbot, man. I'm gonna put him in a timeout for a day. Lunchtime now. I'm hungry. We went to Korean barbecue. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember you told me you tried soju for the first time. I had this stuff called I think I don't know how to say it. It's like Mekgoli or something, and it's actually a Korean rice wine. It was really good. It's a little bit carbonated, and it looks and tastes like unfiltered sake. So it's really good. It's a little bit sweeter than soju. Yeah. There's a yellow soju. I think it's made from wheat instead of rice, and it's a little sweeter. You might actually like that, Mrs. West Texas. It's pretty good. I haven't had that one in a long time, but yeah, if you ever go for Korean barbecue again and Mr. West Texas orders some soju, try to get the yellow one from I think it's made of wheat, and I think you might like that one better. Yeah, carbonated alcohol is good. This isn't carbonated. This is rum, so I have to forego the carbonation. But yeah, it was good. I had some rice wine, and I had like a tofu veggie soup because it was really cold that day. So it was really good. It was awesome. But yeah, I used to go to Korean barbecue. I knew a Korean guy who worked. They basically had Korean barbecue, and they had a karaoke place also. So he was an employee, so we got like the employee discount. It was really awesome. So we had Korean barbecue, and then we went for karaoke afterwards, and we got so drunk that night. I drank so much that night. That was a long time ago, though. Yeah, Korean food is awesome. I love Korean food. When I ate meat, I used to love to do Korean barbecue. It was awesome. Very healthy. Standby duties, can't drink. That's what type of I usually don't drink when I fly. I mean, my friend uh my friend went on what did he go on what did he go on All Nippon Airways, and he got some Tory whiskey. Some Tory whiskey's really good. He introduced me to this stuff called Hibiki. It's a type of whiskey from Suntory, and it's actually really good whiskey Suntory they make. So yeah, I like whiskey mostly, rum, vodka. Those are my go-to. And oh, you know what my favorite is, Mrs. West Texas? I love Tito's. Tito's vodka. That's my go-to. Whenever I go out drinking with my friends, that's usually what I get. I usually get Tito's on the rocks with lime. Alcohol affects the body differently when you're in the air. Oh, I bet it does. There's all that pressure, and I bet it has a probably a more potent effect on you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I would imagine it would make you drunk quicker for sure. Yeah, Texas Made in Austin. It's Austin's first was it not well, it is kind of like a microbrewery, I guess you could call it. But yeah, I know the whole story of the founder. I read it before. It's pretty cool. But my friend says it's not as good as it used to be. She's from like the suburb of Austin. She's saying it's not as good as it used to be, but I don't know. I just started drinking Tito's maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, so I don't know how it used to taste, but Whenever I go out, I mean that's my go-to drink, Tito's. I like the dumplings. Yeah, I mean I've had Korean dumplings before. They're pretty good. Yeah, I've tried to stay away from drinking on a plane. Usually when I go on a plane, I don't know why. I always get orange juice for some reason. I like it's kind of it's like comforting for me. I always get orange juice when I go on a plane. I don't know why. Yup, yup. Tito's handmade vodka. Love it. Love the stuff. But we got some Bundaberg rum, underproofed rum from Australia. Thanks to my friend Akka. You missed him, Sent to Georgie. Akka was on here before, but he's at work right now. So yeah, I got the Bundaberg rum. I don't know if you guys can get this in Texas. I know Mr. West Texas was saying that he drank Bundaberg rum before. But yeah, let's switch gears a little bit. Got some precious metals here, guys. You got this reverse proof. You know what happened, guys? I'm really ticked off with the mint. I'm really ticked off with the U.S. Mint, guys. So I was gonna order the flowing hair metal, right? But I'm like, I don't know. I just kept hearing bad things about the U.S. Mint, right? And I canceled my order because what they did, I don't know if you guys know, some of you probably know what they did. A week before they came out with the Morgan and Peace dollars, right? They basically jacked the price up by like I think it's like $25 or something per coin. And I had placed an order. I think I got like 3 of each. So when that happened, I immediately canceled my orders. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying an extra couple $100 for that. So I basically canceled it, right? Or so I thought. So I canceled the individual Morgan and Peace dollars, and I canceled the I think it was a set, just like the regular set. But apparently, for some reason, I didn't cancel the reverse proof set. So all of a sudden, I get an email. They're charging me like what was it, like 645 hours, and I'm like, what the hell is this charge? And apparently it did not cancel my order for the reverse proof sets. So I was kind of ticked off, and I didn't know that I still had ordered them, and they had jacked the price up on these two, unfortunately. Nice coin, but I don't think I'm going to be ordering from the US Mint anytime soon. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, I know. The mint, um, they're really, I'm really not happy. Honestly, I hope, I hope Trump replaces the mint director because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. um, that's just my opinion, but they auction off these Privy Mark flowing hair gold medals, and I think like number one or something went for like over $100,000 or something. I mean, you're basically creating products that are out of reach for the average person. I mean, already like the flowing hair metal, like non Privy Mark, it's already a few dollars, and now you're having an auction to try to, generate money. It just seems so out of touch. When my dad used to get like these mint sets and proof sets from the mint back in like the 70s and 80s, and they weren't that much. You like $5, $10, something like that. And now it's like all they're trying to do is make money. It's just how much money can we squeeze out of people before they're willing to not buy the product? It's really sad. And they're not innovative either anymore. The U.S. Mint, they got to use 100 plus year old designs of Morgan and Peace Towers. They have to reissue that. That's how creative they are. And for some reason, it's a big hit. I don't know why, but the U.S. Mint is just. I'm just not a big fan of them. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, they seriously need some help from the Perth Mint. I mean, look at this, guys. They come out with a different design every single year for the koala, for the kookaburra, multiple coins, guys. They come out with every year, and they come out with a different design. And what does the U.S. Mint come out with? They come out with the fucking Morgan and Peace Tower that was made over 100 years ago. They reissue it. That's what they're doing. I mean, it's so stupid. They basically they created they so normally Congress. I was watching that video I posted about gold. So normally Congress does have to pass legislation to get approval. Um, Normally for silver coins, but for gold coins, not necessarily. I didn't quite understand what he was saying, but essentially, they made it where they could continue to use the Morgan and Peace Tower design for many years to come. And I think it's just they're just being lazy. That's what it comes down to. There's no innovation. They had to hire John Mercanti in Australia to design this. This changes every few years. So they recycle this design, I think, for like 3 years, and then they change it. Okay, that's not bad. At least it changes every once in a while, right? It's not like the same damn design every year. So I hope so. Yeah, I hope things change at the mint for the better. Uh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. PM coins are cheaper than ASCs. Yeah, for sure, Georgie. Um, doesn't seem like these coins from the U.S. Mint are cheaper than ASCs. But nickel costs 7 cents to mint, I think. Yeah, I don't know. They need to get rid of the nickels too. Oh, I'm glad you guys reminded me of something. So on Monday, I don't know why the bank was open on President's Day, but it was open. There was a bank opened, and I go into the bank, and I asked them for half dollars, and the branch manager, she told me, she said, we don't have any, and I can't order you anymore, even. She said, I think they might be discontinuing half dollars. So have you guys heard anything about that? Because that was kind of a surprise to me. I didn't hear that they were discontinuing half dollars. I mean, pennies, yeah, I heard, obviously, but half dollars? I don't know if anyone has heard anything about that. I've been basically going into banks since last year, probably the middle to end of last year, asking some banks for halves, and they haven't had any in a while. I think when I went to Brooklyn, I think was it last year? It might have been last year or the year before. I think it was last year. That's pretty much the last time I was able to get half dollars at a bank. And since then, I haven't really been able to get any half dollars. So I don't know. That's what the branch manager at the bank said, that they she thinks they're gonna stop minting half dollars because it doesn't seem like they're even carrying them anymore at banks. So I'm gonna try going to a couple banks to see if I could order any, if I could still order them. But as far as that bank, she said I can't even order them anymore. So that was kind of surprising to me. I know Dirty Water Coins. He does a lot of coin roll hunting. So I'm probably gonna reach out to him. I think he probably by him you could still get halves, but by me it seems like you can't get halves anymore. So I don't know what's going on if those are next after the penny. Scored a couple steel pennies. Yeah, you could still get steel pennies. You could get before 1982, I think. Some of them in 82 are copper coated, some are not, or zinc. So, yeah, you could still get, before 1982, I believe, there's more copper in the penny. So it might be advantageous to start stacking copper pennies from before that time, just like people probably in the 60s onward started stacking Kennedy halves because of the silver and they stopped making those. So you never know. Who knows? 10 years from now, maybe they'll be worth a little bit of money because of the copper in them. You never know. Copper is going to be the new silver. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Hey, Currency of Earth, good to see you, Prince. Wow, it's been a while. How are you doing? You can find pennies on the ground in America, not worth picking them up. Yeah, I mean, you can, but you never know. You never know. That penny might be worth a few cents 20 years from now. Yeah. So what have you guys found? So actually, I thought about this. All right. So growing up, um, my parents and me, like we used to find jewelry all the time. We would find gold and we would find silver and stuff. And basically, we'd go to some, pawn shop or whatever that bought gold a few times a year, and we'd cash it in. Like I grew up kind of poor, and that little extra money really helped. So, we'd find some, gold chains, gold earrings, rings, stuff like that. And it seems like as time went on, we'd find like less and less of that stuff. I guess because the price of that stuff went up, and people, couldn't afford to buy it as much as they had used to. People maybe don't want to wear that stuff as much as they used to because of crime and whatever. So yeah, I remember as a kid growing up, we used to. I found a 14 karat uh, gold necklace probably about 10 years ago. I don't remember exactly how heavy it was, but I went to the diamond district to sell it, and I think I got around a couple $100 for it. I mean, gold wasn't worth that as much back then, and I don't know how much. I mean, I don't know how much gold there was in the chain, but it just seems like over the years it was harder and harder to find gold. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, the most amount of money that I ever found, I was with my mom and we both spotted a $50 bill when I was a kid. So it's kind of rare. You normally don't see a $50 bill, and my mom actually really needed the money at the time. So it was like meant to be, I believe. So that was probably the most cash that I've ever found, $50 at one shot. I found $20 bills before, once in a while. I find $1 bills here and there occasionally. I found one like a few weeks ago, on the sidewalk. But yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe, yeah, finding finding jewelry must be a New York thing. Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, it's a concrete jungle here, and people, they drop stuff on the sidewalk, and they don't realize it. An earring falls out of someone's ear, or a ring slips off their finger, or a chain gets loose somehow. People don't realize it, but yeah, we used to find a lot of scrap jewelry when I was young, and we used to turn it in, at least once or twice a year minimum. We used to, save up, and we turned it in when we needed the money. I found a 20 at a pizzeria, and my mom made me take it to the police station. You had to wait a month. That's awesome. You must have been pretty young then. I wonder how old you were. That was probably a lot of money back in the day too. But yeah, I've never the best thing I found was probably that gold chain about 10 years ago. Yeah, no, you could, if you do coin roll hunting, you could definitely find silver, Mrs. West Texas. I've done videos. You probably haven't seen them, but I've done coin roll hunting videos where I've went to about 20 to 30 banks in one day, and the best find was when I first did it a couple years back, and I went to probably about a dozen banks, and I probably got about 10 Kennedy halves. One of them was actually a 1970 Kennedy. It was basically, it wasn't for circulation, that coin. It was never put in circulation. It was, oh God, I'm so tired. But it basically was an uncirculated coin, and I was surprised to find it in circulation. So yeah, there's definitely, you could do coin. I love coin roll hunting. I love trying to find silver and half dollars mostly. I know Dirty Water Coins. He's up in Massachusetts. He does a lot of coin roll hunting. He gets Morgan dollars. He gets Barber halves. He gets commemorative half dollars with silver in it. I mean, he gets all sorts of crazy stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's like an older. So what happens is, I guess a lot of, you go to like an area where there's a lot of elderly people, and maybe when they pass away, their kids just like wrap up, their parents' coin collection, and they just like, turn it in. They don't realize it has any numismatic or bullion value. And my best score, probably, I got a roll, and the enders were just normal half dollars, but the rest, all the other coins, were proof Kennedy halves. So they weren't all in really, like, gem bu condition, but they were all proof coins, which was kind of strange. And I figured, maybe someone's kid just like wrapped it up and just like turned it into the bank. So that was actually my best find at the bank. Um, I'm guessing those things are probably worth a couple $100 if I were to sell them all together. But yeah, you could definitely still find silver in bank rolls. It's definitely out there. It's not unrealistic, even a hundred plus years later, to find a Morgan dollar in a if you ask the tellers, you have any like strange coins or something like that, and they might not know what it is, or if they do, they might decide to give you it. You never know what you're gonna find, honestly. Yeah, actually, let me show you. I actually got this from somebody on on a forum, and he was really nice. And he said he's in Florida, where there's a ton of old people. Hey, what's going on, Scorpion? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Sorry, I haven't watched your channel in a while. I got a Franklin and change at the truck stop. That's awesome. But yeah, so you found about 250 in silver coins in my change. That's great. That's great, transient. Um, so I was saying this guy in Florida, basically, he was telling me he gets tons and tons of these guys. He gets he gets tons of these. These are Ike dollars, guys. So he basically gave these to me at face value because he gets so many of them. And if you go into a coin shop, I think normally they go for about a buck and a quarter at least. So it's really nice of him to give me these at face value. Um, but I've actually gone into a couple banks and gotten some of these myself. I've probably gotten about 20 of these in banks. It's really just a numbers game. Also, like I said, depending on where you live in the country, if you go to a neighborhood, an area where there's a lot of elderly people, you go to a bank there, chances are you're going to be able to get some of these. Unfortunately, they are not silver. I have bought some silver Ike dollars before, but this guy was nice enough to give me these at face value. There's no silver in them, but it's not too often you get Ike dollars from the bank anymore. That's awesome. That's awesome, Transient. Yeah, I know I went to an LCS, he used to give like half dollars. I know also when you go to Vegas, they give you like half dollars in the change when you go to the teller cage. You cash out your winnings, they give you like half dollars sometimes. Yeah, yeah, definitely. They're definitely tough to find in silver. Um, I haven't gotten any silver Ike dollars, but I have gotten silver Kennedy dollars. I think growing up, I found two Mercury dimes when I was a kid, and I did find a 1964 quarter before. I actually gave that away to the Crazy Aztec. I gave that one away, but it's very rare to come across silver. Um, I haven't really. It's getting harder to find half dollars by me. I was just saying that in the bank. I haven't been able to get any when I asked. The branch manager was telling me that she thinks they're gonna stop making half dollars. I don't know how true that is, but that's what she told me. So I don't know if there's any truth to that rumor. But I know that the penny's going out. Who knows what else they're gonna get rid of? What's going on, Constitutional? Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. How you doing? Making some pizzas. Oh yeah, you and Mr. West Texas have something in common there. Just walked in the door. What's up? No, we're just talking about some coins. We're talking about pennies not being in circulation, possibly half dollars being not being produced anymore. So I don't know. That's just what a branch manager told me in a bank. I don't know how true that rumor is, but we'll see what happens. It's getting harder for me to get half dollars though. What's going on? We got 13 people right now. I'm just chilling like a villain here on hump day. Been stressed out lately, so got to take a little break, relax, take stock of things. So what have you guys been buying lately? Anyone buying anything interesting? Hey, what's going on, Mark Samuelson? Good to see you. Our liquor store gives 50-cent pieces for change all the time. Never got anything good though. Yeah, I was just saying that I used to go to an LCS that gave out half dollars as well. Is it possible to get a strap of sequential $2 bills from the bank? Didn't we get some last time, Georgie? I think it's pretty. I think it's definitely possible to get that. Yeah, definitely. You could definitely get a sequentially numbered strap of $2 bills. I did get a strap of $2 bills last year, or I think it was last year, and not all of them were sequentially numbered, but I'd say probably a good 20 to 30 of them were sequentially numbered, broken up into a few different sequences. Maybe there were five or six in each sequence, but I think it might be possible if you order it from the Fed. Um, you could definitely probably get a sequentially numbered strap of $2 bills. Um, so what you guys are picking up? Let's see, platinum, little platinum, and a little silver. Yeah, platinum is looking like a good buy right now, to be honest. I know it's up a little bit, and I actually was looking at it today. I'm thinking about getting some platinum soon. So we'll see what happens with the price of platinum. We'll see what happens with the price of all PMs. But platinum's looking like a pretty good deal right now. It was higher than gold at one time. My one of my LCSs, he loves platinum. That's pretty much all he adds to his stack right now. He has tons of vintage silver. He has over 500 vintage silver bars. He tells me, and he just loves platinum. He tries to get rid of gold. He likes silver. He likes to flip silver. He sells mostly silver, but platinum is what he actually adds most to his stack right now because he thinks it's highly undervalued. So platinum's looking like a good buy right now. So I might add a little bit more to my stack. Yes, but that's for dealers was just 10 bills. I was thinking about an official Fed stack of $2. Yeah, I could probably get one, Georgie. I mean, if I place an order for $2 bills, it'd probably have to be at least a couple $1,000. But I probably would be able to get that. It's kind of not something um, people usually ask for, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to get it at a bank without placing an order for something like that. But yeah, you might if you do. I'm sure if you placed an order for at least a couple grand, that you probably get a sequentially numbered strap of $2 bills. After gold hit 2.2K, kept climbing, I started buying a lot more. I can see the writing on the wall. Gold, baby. Gold, baby, gold. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely good to buy as much gold as you can as soon as you can because it's only going to go up. I've been telling people for years now to stack gold, to buy gold, buy it now, buy it when you can, buy it when you got the money. Don't wait. It's only going to go up. It's only gone up over the past 100 years, and it's not going to be going down over the long term. So that's my advice, guys. You know where I stand on that issue. It's always good to add gold to your stack, even if it's just 1 gram or less, if that's all you could afford. If you save up for that, go for it. It's better than nothing. Yeah, no problem, Georgie. Yeah, I just posted a video on my community tab. So basically, Kitco interviewed this guy about gold and tariffs and stuff, and it was really interesting what he was saying about how sovereign countries started to repatriate their gold around like 20. I think he said it was like 2016 or 2018. They started to like repatriate their gold, and he's talking about the current, the bank in England and how they're sending the gold over to the U.S. and people are actually taking physical delivery of gold now, like a record amount of gold that they're delivering now. and it's a really great video. It's about 57 minutes long. It really he really breaks it down about what's going on in the world as far as gold right now. What's this? Yeah, tariffs are gonna hurt. I don't know. I don't know what to say about tariffs. That's anyone's best guess. Um, it's definitely going to help domestic steel and aluminum producers, but I can't say the overall effect on the economy in general. But we'll see what happens. What's going on? Gold, baby, gold. Yeah, $6,000 and $2 bills. So that's 3,000 bills. Yeah, I don't know. I get $2 bills once in a while. Surprisingly, my bank actually has them most of the time when I ask for them. And I just try to look for star notes or, some radar notes or error notes with $2 bills. I really like the older design of the $2 bill, like from the 50s with the red seal on it. It's just really beautiful artwork. If you ever seen one before, I think the $2 bill probably does have the nicest artwork of any of the bills we currently use in circulation. I think the $2 bill definitely has the nicest artwork on it. All right, guys. All right, 210. Sorry. Take care. It's good seeing you. Glad you can make it tonight. Yeah, we'll definitely. I don't know. We'll definitely be paying more for items. Um, but then again, you're gonna be paying more anyway. Either way, whether you have tariffs or not, it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but yeah, things are gonna get more expensive in general. But who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't want to really make any assumptions or guesses of what might happen. Boycott on some major retailers getting rid of DEI. I didn't hear about that. I saw a graphic of a list of companies who have gotten rid of or significantly reduced their DEI programs. And then there are some that still are promoting that. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure there are tons of companies like the opposite of Bud Light. Instead of being in that direction, the other direction. People will protest pretty much anything. So I'm not. It doesn't surprise me. Hope he does. Elon want to audit. Yeah, we're talking about the audit of Fort Knox before. It really needs to happen. In that video, the guy explains about basically the value of gold on the books is $35 an ounce. That's what they value the gold in Fort Knox at. So the value is significantly undervalued to say the least. And they don't really know how much gold is in Fort Knox. And this guy was saying that the U.S. actually was a net exporter of gold up until November of last year, and since November they started importing gold. So are they trying to fill some type of vacuum in Fort Knox before they get audited? I don't know if that's the case, but the U.S. is now a net importer of gold, and I'm pretty sure an audit of Fort Knox is in the coming future. So we'll see what happens. I don't think there's that much gold, if any gold, in Fort Knox. We're gonna find out though. Um, It's gonna be like Geraldo Rivera revealing what was that that treasure from that mobster, and then he opens it up and there's nothing inside. I think that's what's gonna happen when they actually open up Fort Knox. Um, so I think we're going to be in a lot of trouble if people realize that we don't have any gold in Fort Knox. But I was just saying before that I know JP Morgan um, basically does a lot of the contracts, settles a lot of the contracts for the gold market, and has been delivering the gold. People have been taking delivery of physical gold. It's not just being traded on paper. People are actually taking possession of physical gold, and the wait time is like 6 to 8 weeks. If you've had an account with them already, if you haven't, then good luck. You're probably not going to see that gold. Um, but yeah, so J.P. Morgan Chase has a vault, and I someone a little birdie happened to tell me possibly where that vault is. It's somewhere in New York City. I'm not gonna say where, but also the Federal Reserve has a gold vault here as well. And then allegedly Fort Knox also is a gold vault. So yeah, they should audit the Fed as well, the Fed's gold reserve as well, because there's a hell of a lot of gold in that vault as well. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Fort Knox is empty. Yeah, you guys ever seen Salivate Metal Stack? Holy Nikes! That guy has, I don't know how many. He probably has a good at least 250, 300 ounces of gold. So he's done. I think he did a video about a year ago, like a full gold stack video. You guys will be amazed. Like, you guys, like, I'm like small fries compared to him. Honestly, I was really impressed when I saw his full stack of gold. So yeah, he's the OG. He's been stacking for a long time. So yeah, Sal is no joke when it comes to gold. Like, he really he has a major gold stack, guys. He's no joke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Canadian Silver Seeker brother? Um, yeah, as you can see here, trying to drink away my stress here, brother. Been stressed out lately. Hope you're doing well, CSS. You're about to get a 25% tax tariff. uh, Actually, this is not whiskey. It is Bundaberg rum from Australia. So this is underproofed rum, 37% from Australia. So I'm just sipping on that tonight. Yeah, rum, Bundaberg rum from Australia. Yeah, how well you could see that. You could see that rum, underproofed, 37%. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Not bad, not bad at all. Yeah, no, I'm at a Scotch right now. I finished my what the hell was it? Glenlivet. So I gotta stick to rum for the time being. Pirate. Yup. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. I love rum. Mm, that's good. Whiskey. So what are your guys' plans for stacking? Are you gonna wait till price? Are you gonna wait for the drop? Are you guys still stacking? If so, what are you guys buying? You buying silver, gold, platinum, palladium, osmium? I uh, I just bought some silver on Monday. Unfortunately, not too many of the places I go to were open. A few places were. I stopped by Big Apple Coins, Georgie, and unfortunately he was closed. I really want to buy some vintage silver from him. He has some good silver sometimes. But yeah, these gold prices, man, they're killing me. They're killing me. But I have been buying some gold actually. Been buying, bought some AGE. I bought an AGE, guys. Check it out. I didn't do a video on this yet, but I'm giving you a little sneak peek of this. And I got this for below, well, currently below melt. So I got an amazing deal on this 1/4 ounce AGE. So yeah, yeah, osmium. Why don't you talk to Neil Han Dynasty? He'll hook you up with some osmium CS. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think because of the holiday they were closed. They had a sign on their door, you know, because of the holiday maybe. I don't know why they were closed, but a lot of places were closed because of the holiday. I tried going to Stacks and they were also closed on Monday because it was President's Day here in the U.S., Georgie. But yeah, he might be closed on Monday in general. I don't remember. I gotta check his hours again. Nobody knows that isn't liquid. I'll pass on osmium. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of. I think it's kind of a scam to be honest. Osmium is definitely not in my future. It's not in my portfolio. Vintage silver. I bet I'm not surprised, Mark. You get any good silver lately, Mark? At any gun shows? I know you've been showing me some bars lately that you've been picking up some gold and some silver. Been picking up some really cool stuff, Mark. Stuff that I've never seen before. Yeah, I thought about on Monday. I found a dealer in the suburbs, and he owns a chain of coin stores. And I talked to him last time, and he kind of takes advantage of people, and I kind of don't like that. There's not really too many. I guess there's not too many coin shops nearby, and he's like the only game in town. So he charges for any. It doesn't matter if it's a 1 ounce bar, round, 10 ounce, 100 ounce bar. He will charge you $6 over spot for anything. So it doesn't matter if it's a 100 ounce bar. He'll still charge you $6 over spot. And I told him, I said, normally the bigger the bar, the lower the premium, you know. And he's like, you know, he just like lists his price out $6 over spot. I'm like, okay, you know, I got some vintage art bars from him, and that's pretty much the only reason I go to him is because I can't. It's getting harder to get vintage art bars. So yeah, I know it's high. I know it's high. It's a ripoff. That's why I'm probably only gonna go to him a couple times a year because his inventory doesn't really move too much. You know, I went like a month later and he pretty much had like 99% of the same inventory. I said, do you have any low premium gold? And he's like, not really. I'm like, you have any fractional gold? And he's like, yeah, but it's like he quoted me some ridiculous price for a 1/4 ounce AGE. And I said, you have any platinum? He's like, nope, I don't have any platinum. I don't have any cheap gold. I charge you $6 over spot, and I'm basically ripping you off. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of interesting talking to him because he was actually from around originally from around where I live, and he's telling me there used to be like four coin shops nearby here. So I was really surprised to hear that because there's pretty much no coin shops left. So yeah, I remember growing up, I think there was like one place that sold stamps. I don't know if they sold coins as well, but I remember an actual place that sold. I think it might have sold coins too. Um, but yeah, those that's another thing. Coin shops are kind of a dying breed. You go into a coin shop and you probably end up seeing like a 70 or 80-year-old guy in the shop running the shop. It's kind of sad that they're drying up. I know Georgie and I, we used to go to Burgundy here in New York City, and they had been around for over 50 years. And the guy, most of the guy, they were two brothers there, and they were pretty much the owners. And those guys were probably in their 70s. They weren't spring chickens. I guess they just wanted to retire already. They just pretty much shut down after over 50 years. The younger generation, I think they had their son working there. I guess he didn't want to really get involved in the place, and it's kind of sad because they were well known, not only in New York but across the world, and to see an institution like that just like crumble after so many years, it's kind of sad to see. Gray aliens buy back osmium. They pay top dollar for them. Yes, yeah, yeah. Burgundy. Yeah, they never let me film never let me film a video, Georgie. I'm telling you. The guy knew me. He knew me. I would come in there like, once every week or two, and he would never let me film. So I don't know. You had the magic touch with that guy. Richard Cranium? What is that? Love that name. Store it next to my kryptonite. You can't stand the coin shops in your area. Yeah, that's the thing, like I used to go, so there's one guy, right, near me, and his prices were amazing, and because he was the only guy around, like he would get in a lot of interesting things. A lot of people would go to him and sell him stuff. I'd get all sorts of gold and silver, vintage, all like a huge variety. And this guy was like a real asshole to me. And he used to joke around. He used to make jokes at my expense, and I'm like, I told him, I said, don't say that anymore. Don't do that. Don't joke around. You know, please be professional. And I remember Veteran Metals came into town, and he kind of he kind of went ape shit on him, like for no reason. He wanted to refilm. He did a video, he released it, he wanted to refilm it, and the guy just went like ape shit on him for like no reason. And I'm like, you know what? I said, I don't care. You could talk trash about me all you want, but don't talk trash to my friends. That's not cool. So he basically, I came in one Sunday, and he always told me he sells stuff on eBay, right? And he's like, anytime you see something on eBay, just give me a call, let me know, I'll hold it for you, right? I'll let you have it. So I literally saw him list something on eBay, right? And I happened to be taking the train home, and I was gonna be going that way anyway. So I went there, and I'm like, oh, I see you listed this coin, this gold, this $5 gold Indian, right? I want to buy it. He's like, oh, I just listed it and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, well, you told me in the past that if you list something, you'd save it for me. He's like, I just listed it. I don't want to take it down, and blah blah blah. And then he starts making a joke in front of somebody, and that somebody was actually another YouTuber. I'm not gonna name names, okay? I don't know if that guy knew I was a YouTuber, but I knew he was a YouTuber because this guy told me. So he started cracking jokes, and I'm like, I'm like that. I'm like, that's not cool, man. That's really not professional. And I just like walked out of there, and I'm like, I'm done with this guy. So this guy, I was probably one of his best customers, if not the best. Okay. Um, and this is how he treats me and my friend with disrespect. I told him not to make jokes anymore. I said I don't like it. He said he's sorry. I said, you know what? It's too late because I told you this is like the third time already. I said, I don't like you making jokes at my expense. And then you do it in front of another YouTuber. And you treat my friend with disrespect. I said, I don't want to do business with you anymore. Goodbye. I don't care how good the deals are he was giving me. I was getting really good deals on gold, but that's the thing. I don't tolerate shit like that. Okay, I don't care about if you're the only game in town. Show some respect. You're in business. Be professional. I'm not there to 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 criticize you. Well, I don't know why you're criticizing me. I'm one of your best customers. You're just shooting yourself in the foot, buddy. There's plenty of places I could go to online or in the city. I don't need you. You're convenient. That's why I go to you, and you had good prices, but I don't need you. So it's good to try to build a relationship with your LCS, but unfortunately, I've had some bad experiences with people, um, for whatever reason. I don't know why. They like to play games. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is with these people, but yeah, I see my LCS pissed me off, took my money, my friends that spent a lot there too elsewhere. That's nuts. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, you gotta watch out for people like these guys at these LCSs. Like, they're not your friend. You gotta remember that they're not. They might act like your friend because you're giving them money, you're making them money, but they're not really your friend, guys. I can't speak for everybody, but I've just had some bad experiences with some of these guys at these LCSs. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So yeah, I used to buy Morgans too from this other guy, and I was actually thinking about filming him because he used to tell me a lot of really interesting stories about coin shows he used to go to as a kid. And I used to buy a lot of Morgans from him, and he told me a story about he used to play he used to play tricks on this guy, um, as far as what he would show him. So one day he'd show him, let's say, like a CC, he'd show him like a CC Morgan, right? And then the guy's like, "Oh, I want to buy the coin. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll pay you for it." And he's like, "Okay." And then the next day he comes back into the store, and he's like, "Oh, I want to buy the Morgan. I got the money here." So then he's like, he pulls out some, like, like common date Morgan and shows him. He's like, "Oh, you want to buy this?" He's like, "No, I don't want to buy that. I want to buy the CC Morgan." "Oh, I don't want to sell that anymore." And then, like, a few days later, the guy would come back, and he'd show him the same coin, and he wouldn't have the money, and he's like, "Oh, I want to buy this coin, let me get the money to buy the coin." And he kept like jerking him around, and I'm like, this guy's like a douchebag for doing that. and then this guy, the first time this guy did this to me, I'm like, I remember that story. I'm not gonna fall for that again. I'm not gonna fall for that. He showed me a CC Morgan in really nice condition, and he wasn't asking too much money for it. And the next time I went, he didn't want to sell it, and he just showed me some bullshit like Kennedy graded $50. And I'm like, this guy's doing the same thing to me that he told me he did to the other guy. He's just jerking this guy around. I'm like, what? Why do you got nothing better to do with your life, dude? I mean, you're that petty and pathetic that you gotta do something like that. So I'm like, I'm not gonna buy stuff from you anymore. I'm like, goodbye. I don't need you. I could get Morgans anywhere. You're not giving me such a great deal where I can't get them for the same price online. So goodbye. And that's it. I stopped going to him. I stopped going to him as well because he acted like a jerk too for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess people are bored with their lives. They don't know what to do with themselves. It's kind of sad. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you definitely have to have a good rapport with customers. The customer is always right, even when they're wrong. They're right. You got to treat them right. I'm telling you. Never know. Never know. Got this little U.S. Assay Office, 1981. I think it was J.K. who told me. I think they had like 4 designs for that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I put that fool on YouTube map and he took a dump on me for a bigger channel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was yeah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. Yeah, no, I don't want to call out anybody. I mean, it is what it is. Um it was kind of creepy. That guy would watch my like live streams sometimes, or watch my videos on YouTube. He knew I was a YouTuber, so I had to like block him. So it's kind of weird because I don't think I blocked too many people unless they left like a rude comment, you know. So it was kind of creepy. Like I told him I didn't want to do business with him, and then he's like still like watching my videos and following me, and I'm like, this is kind of creepy. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. CS. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of trolls out there who have nothing better to do with their lives. It's kind of I feel sad more than anything else for these people, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I really would like to buy gold, but I got a lot of expenses coming up. I got to do my taxes, so maybe if I get a nice refund this year, maybe I'll start to buy a little bit more gold, but I gotta see. I'm actually expecting to get a nice refund this year, so we'll see what happens with that. Damn, sorry to hear that, CS. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, wow, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, CS. I know I haven't been watching too much of your channel recently. I feel bad for that. I just can't keep up with anybody lately. I try to watch some live streams here or there, but I don't usually watch too many channels anymore in general. So yeah, sorry to hear that. Refund, I wish. We're gonna owe thousands. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of expenses last year, so and I didn't take any deductions. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a nice little refund this year. So we'll see what happens with that. my my tax refund might be delayed because of the layoffs Trump is doing, and not only that, it might be because of Doge. Elon Musk is trying to get the systems, basically better tracking of payments going on at the Treasury Department. So there might be a delay for a lot of reasons. So yeah, I'm not expecting a check anytime soon. So we'll see what happens. Oh, that's what I don't get, guys. I mean, they basically cut people's jobs who they basically maintain this country's nuclear weapons. Did you hear about that story? The people who work, I forgot the name of the department, but they're in charge of maintaining the U.S.'s nuclear weapons and building nuclear weapons, and they were fired. And then the next day, when they realized how important they are to the U.S.'s national defense, um, they rehired them, most of them, back immediately. So it's like you're cutting people's jobs and you don't really even know what they're doing. At least find out what they actually do before you cut their job. you know it's like I was just reading an article about the parks department, how they cut a lot of people's jobs in the national parks, and this is the off season. It's just starting to warm up in some parts of the country, and there's millions of tourists every year that go to these parks during the summertime, and you're not going to have people who can admit these people in a timely manner. They're not going to want to go to the parks. They're not going to want to spend money, and you're going to be losing business for no reason other than you're firing a few people whose jobs are to make people's experiences better. It's like, why are you getting rid of these people? um, I think there has to really be a balance. I'm not saying that there isn't waste, because there's definitely waste. There's definitely a lot of jobs that should be cut and eliminated. But at the same time, you know, you gotta do a cost benefit analysis. You gotta say, is the juice really worth the squeeze? Why am I firing this person? Are they gonna create um, are they going to be a better return on investment by keeping them, or firing them? I think they're just doing things too aggressively. I think they need to slow down just a little bit. But I mean, I do think there is definitely a lot of waste, and a lot of things that need to really be cleaned up. I just think that they need to really look at things a little bit more in depth before they make all the cuts that they're doing. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. The FAA director has been fired. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. They fired a lot of those air traffic control, like the people on probation. They fired them as well, and it's already severely understaffed. You're gonna probably see a lot more plane crashes this year. I'm afraid to go on a plane, to be honest. I don't know if it's really being monitored as well as it should be. There's tons of air traffic going on, and I don't know exactly what happened with that crash in DC. I don't know the what happened, the whole story behind it. But I'm sure you're gonna start seeing a lot more crashes going on. I mean, it's bound to happen if you're cutting people's jobs who are responsible for tracking air traffic. It's just bound to happen. What's going on, Nickel? Good to see you, brother. Do away with the federal government. Okay, let's get rid of the federal government, Nickel. Let's get rid of money for bridges, for roads, for schools, for water, for utilities, electricity, water. Let's get rid of it all. Why not? Yeah, I know the planes crashed before the cuts. I'm just saying, Joseph brought up a point. He said the FAA director has been fired. And I happened to read an article where the people on probation, the air traffic controllers on probation, who have been doing this job for up to 2 years, they've been also fired. So there's already a shortage of these people working in these control towers, tracking air traffic. So it's you know these job I think these jobs are essential. Maybe people don't think they're essential, but I think you're going to see an increase in the number of air disasters happening because of these cuts. Unfortunately, that's just my opinion. Yeah, and I bet Nico was around when the Wright brothers took off in Kitty Hawk. He was the original air traffic controller back then. He witnessed it. No, I'm just joking with you, Nico. Kitty Hawk, the original biplane by the Wright brothers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, honestly. Exactly. Yeah, two wrongs don't make a right, There's a lot of jobs in the government that we need that are essential, and then there are definitely jobs that need to be cut, a lot of waste. I don't know what the balance, I don't know what the right balance is, to be honest. But I think there just has to be a happy medium. I don't think it's good to do these blanket firings of people without even knowing what type of job they do. I think you really have to know which people who are essential to different departments functioning. I think you really have to keep people like that. There has to be some type of metric you could use, that's standardized in pretty much every department, where you could evaluate them to see their job performance, and if you really need them or not. You can't just blanket fire everybody or most department. I don't think that's the right move, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Nico helped the Wright brothers draw the sketches. Yeah. Yeah. Two rights make an airplane. That's a good joke, Mark. That's awesome. Don't be a simp. Smash the like. Thank you, CS. I appreciate that. Yeah, I went to the Smithsonian. I don't know if it was the original Wright bro. It might have been the original Wright brothers plane I saw there. I saw the original copy of the Declaration of Independence. Uh, it was really cool. That was that was really cool that they actually let you get that close to it. So that was awesome. Nickel tells Speg how to buy silver. Spectacular. Oh my god. I watch that guy once in a while. He's not bad, Speg. I like Speg. Um, the other the other guy in New Hampshire, Tim. No comment. No comment on Tim. But yeah, Speg, I like Speg. I like that guy, the coin shop, the guy who owns the coin shop. He's pretty cool. He seems pretty knowledgeable and level-headed. Um, but Tim, I don't. I'm gonna plead the fifth on with Tim. Not to say I don't watch the channel, because I do. I watch him, but I don't I don't necessarily subscribe to some of what he says. Coin guy, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is kind of stupid constitutional. You know why? Because these countries, this guy in that video I posted on my community tab, he listed all these countries that were repatriating their gold not even 10 years ago, and now they're all sending it back here. It does, and then there's not going to be any tax on there's not going to be any tariffs on precious metals, and then they're going to want to repatriate their gold again. It's like back and forth, you know? It's 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 an artificial hype, you know? It's just a hype to create an artificial demand to raise prices that are already manipulated. So I kind of do agree with Tim. Tim was saying that gold is overpriced right now, and that there's going to be a correction. I kind of do agree with Tim when he said that. I saw the recent video he made, and he was saying that, and I kind of think that's true. I think gold is due for a correction once this whole tariff situation dies down. I think the price of gold is going to go down in the short term, at least, because I do think gold is overpriced right now. Yeah, if adjusted for inflation. Countries sending gold here. Gas going up 10 cents. What does cigar say? Trump uses tariffs and dollar and aid as weapons. You think he would not take their gold? So we're gonna have another gold confiscation act of 2025. I don't think that's gonna happen, um, because those countries can do reciprocal damage to us in other ways. You know, um, look at Mexico. You know, we're gonna put tariffs on Mexico. You know, I understand Mexico does a lot more. They export a lot more than we export to them. So it will definitely affect them a lot more. But I'm sure these countries will have reciprocal tariffs on whatever we put tariffs on. I mean, the U.S. is probably the largest consumer in the world of pretty much everything, and if we stuff that we import a lot of, it's definitely going to hurt the average consumer, like CS was saying. I think we're really going to start to feel it once these tariffs fully take effect. I don't necessarily agree that some of these tariffs are a good thing, but hopefully we could kind of sort this out, and you know, we could try to avoid as many of these tariffs as we can. Um, yeah, $200 shoes at Walmart, made in America though. Nickel, it'll be made in America. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the tariff situation. Um, it's anyone's best guess what's going to happen, where the tariffs are going to be placed, if they're going to be removed eventually. Um, I can't see the tariffs on Mexico being removed anytime soon, but tariffs for certain metals like steel and aluminum from countries like Australia. They might get an exemption. I could see that happening. Um, I don't know what's going to happen with these tariffs. I mean, I just I, I just gotta wait and see. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Gas is 309 here. Yeah, it was about that here too, Mark. I checked the price of gas the other day. It was about that too. We get produce from Mexico. Yeah, I mean, we get avocados from Mexico. I know these tariffs are going to hurt Mexico a lot more than it's going to hurt us. Um, but, there might be countries where we import, certain things that are going to hurt us. Like I know China is a large supplier of rare earth elements, and they could say, we're going to impose a 25% on all rare earth elements, and that's not going to be good because they use those rare earth elements in every piece of electronics now. You're going to have to pay an extra 25% tariff because all of a sudden the price of rare earth elements has gone up dramatically, because of these tariffs. So there's reciprocal tariffs that China or other countries can use to really um, increase the price of things for the average consumer. Unfortunately, yeah, he's gonna create the External Revenue Service, right? The External Revenue Service. I'm still waiting for that one to happen. Canada is the sixth largest gold mining country, also big with aluminum and zinc. Yup, and gasoline too. I mean, we don't import a lot of oil, not as much anymore. But Canada and Mexico, we import a lot of our oil from them. IRS ain't going anywhere. No, IRS is not going anywhere. Canada's gonna trade with China. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Mexico's gonna join BRICS. They might. It's possible. They might join BRICS. Who knows? Anything's possible. But yeah, I don't know. Well, this guy in that video was saying that they wanna back the BRICS currency with gold. Russia wants to back their currency with gold. So, China has been buying up gold like crazy. They probably have more gold in their reserves than we do. They don't announce how much gold that they're importing anymore. They stopped announcing it. And even when they did tell you how much they had, it was probably an underestimate. I remember a few years back they had a negative oil price in Canada because of the pandemic. They couldn't they couldn't transport the oil. Most of the oil, I think, is I don't know if it's by rail car or by trucking, but they couldn't get the oil during the pandemic, and you had a negative oil price where they would actually have to pay to have the oil, transported. Um, so, who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with anything. It's all just speculation at this point. Yeah, gold is a national security matter. That's why they really need to do that audit. I really think the amount of gold, we were talking about it earlier in Fort Knox. I mean, you probably got more gold in your stack than they have in Fort Knox, Nickel, to be honest. I was just saying, up until November of last year, the US was a net exporter of gold. And now, since November, they've been a net importer of gold. Okay, so I don't think there's any coincidence there. Um, and then now they want to do an audit of Fort Knox. So um, they might be trying to uh, backfill some gold that they should have there. Um, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows why the U.S. is now importing gold? I find that interesting. Um, it's a really interesting video. I put in my community tab. If you check it out about gold, is very interesting. The guy who they interview about what different countries are doing with gold right now, where the price of gold is going to be heading in the near future. Indiana won't even make it to March Madness. Oh man, I haven't been following. I don't follow college basketball. They might audit the goal, but they won't say what results are. Yeah, that's a possibility too. They might they might do that as well. You never know what they might do or don't do. Just gotta wait and see. Oh, what time is it? Oh my God. It's almost 1 a.m. here, guys. I got work in the morning, so I'm about to call it quits. I think I really appreciate everybody showing up for my live stream. Thank you all so much. It's really great having a conversation with you guys, and it just helps me relax a little bit. I've been under a lot of stress lately with work and other issues outside of work. So thank you all so much for showing up tonight. I hope everyone has a really great night. And guys, like I always say, stack that gold.